And eventually, Mega Female Godzilla Earth got pregnant and had only 2 sons. And those sons were none other than Mega Godzilla Earth and Mega Godzilla Philly. And Mega Ghidorah was even declared to be more like a godfather to Mega Godzilla Earth's children. Basically, he became like a uncle to his children. And the Megaverse lived very peacefully, very, very peacefully, until 199 billion years later. That was when everything started to change. The Mega Monster Kingdom started to get more populated. The Mega Monsters were becoming very overpopulated. And that wasn't a bad thing either. But this is where the true rivalry between Super Mega Godzilla Earth and Mega Ghidorah really began. Now, having nothing to do and with no other large temple available for Godzilla Earth, Mega Ghidorah, Super Mega Godzilla Earth decided to declare Mega Ghidorah to be the devil of the Mega Monsters. At first, Mega Ghidorah was a little hesitant because he didn't really know what was going to happen. Like, will he be mistreated or will he just be respected, just like his brother? And no, they're not really brothers. I'm just saying because once again, they look at each other as if they are brothers. And eventually, Mega Ghidorah agreed, as long as he was able to have his own little temple. And of course, he was granted his own temple in the realm called the Darkness Realm. Basically, you could say that's more like the Mega Kaiju's version of Hell. The Darkness Realm was created for Mega Ghidorah, and he became the sole ruler of that realm. He ruled it for as long as he lived. He got his own little temple, and he got his own little statue and everything. But this is where the real problem begins. At first, he thought it was going to be good, until eventually something unexpected happens. That was Kaiju started to mistreat him. They started to not love him. They started to not respect him at all. They started to basically treat him as if he was a devil. Now, this was something the gods did not expect. Because Super Mega Godzilla Earth actually literally did not expect this. Because he created the Darkness Realm for a reason, but for some reason, Kaiju were not accepting it. They weren't really liking that realm. They started to hate it. Furthermore, they started to hate Mega Ghidorah. And if you're wondering what was he originally thinking, what was going to happen, he was basically going to. Originally, he thought that Mega Ghidorah would be treated like a fellow god, just like his brethren, well, just like his brother, his sister-in-law, and of course, Anime Mothra. But of course, that did not work out so well, and therefore, Mega Ghidorah began to start to have questions And of course, Superman Godzilla Earth did try to fix it. He did try to fix things. No matter what he said, the mistreatment only continued. He tried everything. He tried to even explain to the Mega Monsters that Mega Executor is not a devil. He's just a god who wants to be loved and respected. But eventually, the mistreatment only continued on. And not only that, Mega Executor started to deal with some souls of deceased Mega Kaiju who did went to the realm of light. And if you wonder what that is basically the Mega Kaiju's version of heaven, or the afterlife. Now, I will explain that when I do the profile video of Mega Anime Mothra, because she is the ruler of that realm. And I'll go even more further details to the Darkness realm when I go over Mega Exit Ghidorah. And eventually, that was when the hatred towards Superman Godzilla Earth eventually began. Mega Exit Ghidorah started to not visit as often. Therefore, that concerned Superman Godzilla Earth. And no matter what he did, his friend started to push him away. He started to basically no longer trust Superman Godzilla Earth because no matter what he did, Superman Godzilla Earth was unable to fix things. No matter what he did. And sometimes Mega Exit Ghidorah would sneak out and eventually do some bad things like a devil would do. And this only concerned Superman Godzilla Earth. Mega Anime Mothra suggested that they should just leave him. But with Superman Godzilla Earth's kindness, and of course with the support of his wife, he would not do that to his friend. So therefore, he was still willing to find a way to make his friend be loved and respected, so he can get his friend's trust back. He tried to find ways to improve the Darkness realm, but Mega Exit Ghidorah didn't even allow him to come anywhere near the Darkness realm. Despite Superman Godzilla Earth's attentions to fix it, to fix things, only so he can still have his friend, remained as his close brother. And no matter what, Superman Godzilla Earth was willing to do anything to make his friend feel better again. But eventually, Mega Exit Ghidorah's hatred only got worse and worse and worse until finally he snapped. He snapped. If you're wondering what he did, he decided to create a new realm for himself. And that realm was known as the Chaos Realm. The realm of the Mega Ghidorahs. He created the Mega Ghidorahs for a good reason. And most of the Mega Ghidorahs contain most of his memories. Now, if you're wondering, does Mega Legendary King Ghidorah or Mega Death Ghidorah have memories of that? No. But the Mega Ghidorahs back then, yes, they did have memories. They did have his memories inside of their head. And eventually, Mega Exit Ghidorah told them that what they must do. They must conquer the Megaverse. They must conquer everything. In order to ensure their rule as the true rulers of the Megaverse. They started to tell them that the Mega Monsters will start to love and respect them if they do one thing. They must destroy the god of the Mega Monsters himself. And he declared the name for his army. This name will be, from now on and forever, be known as the most popular name, the Mega Kaiju Destroyers. Their main role, their purpose, was to conquer, kill, and destroy anyone or anything that got in their way. They would not mind an alliance, but there was only one condition, and that condition was the devil of the Mega Monsters will be the one to call shots. And if he calls shots, that means the Mega Kaiju Destroyers are the ones who call shots. Basically, it's something a bit more like this. Let's say, for example, all of Storm God's Ultima's enemies join Fort want to have a little temporary alliance. And of course, with Mega Executor being literally so powerful, if he says only my army will call shots, that means his army will call shots. And if they got any questions or have any problems with that, they'll basically go Thanos. Basically, Mega Executor will Thanos snap them out of existence. But if those play their cards right, they basically end up becoming one with Mega Executor's army. Now, back onto the origin story. The attack eventually began, and that was when the Great War started. Superman got to Earth, tried desperately to please to try to convince his friend to stop the war. But Mega Executor didn't listen. He basically blamed everything on Superman God's Earth, finally letting all of his frustration and anger out. Superman God's Earth was heartbroken. Because literally for years he's been trying to make things right for his friend. He's literally been doing what a good friend would do. Help him out. But no matter what he did, the problem only got worse. And Mega Executor basically was just like, if you haven't created the Darkness Realm and declared me as the devil, then none of this would have happened. I would still be your friend. But you did this to yourself. And Superman God's Earth was only trying to help his friend. He constantly asked for permission in the Darkness Realm so he could try to make it better. But Mega Executor didn't listen because he was just too blinded by anger and hatred. And eventually, all of that consumed him, and eventually he became a villain. He became the true devil of the Megaverse. And eventually, two gods were killed. And those two gods were Super Mega Earth's wife and Mega Anime Mothra.